Well, the game of football has taught me so many things, man. Now, think about the huddle we have right now, right? I tell people this all the time. There's a reason why they call it a huddle. People have been huddling all their lives, trying to find ways to enhance each other's lives. The great teams do that all the time. The great teams do that. The better the huddle, the better the team. And so it's simple, man, how if you huddle for all the right reasons, we wouldn't have Ferguson. We wouldn't have some of the challenges that we have in our society. But as we all know, there's always a moment when somebody doesn't belong in the huddle. And yet we have to continue to move on. We got to continue to play. So the game of life, man, is always starting with the huddle. And for me, I'm lucky enough to know that, by the graces of God, man, it's been a nice huddle. It's been a nice huddle. And if I just keep making sure that he's in front of me, I'm gonna be all right.
Welcome to FootballGameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, and welcome to another edition of 4 Downs with the Czar here at Lincoln Financial Field, where I did a double dip today. Earlier in the day, I was at the FCS playoff matchup between Villanova and St. Francis, and tonight capped it off with the game between Temple and East Carolina. Let's start with the first game where Villanova knocked off St. Francis 31-21. Looking at first down, Villanova's offense, I thought, did a great job just working their way down the field. You talk about an offensive line that really owned the line of scrimmage, and it enabled their running game to have success. And also Zach Bednarczyk, the quarterback, was able to operate off play action. So I thought throughout the course of the game, there was no lull in production for Villanova offensively. Moving on to second down, St. Francis's offense, I thought at times the offensive line held up very well, giving Zach Dreher, the quarterback, time in the pocket to hit passes deep or intermediate down the field. Cameron Lewis had a big play for a touchdown. I thought, again, sometimes you saw the running game pop open with Marcus Bagley and company, but overall it was an inconsistent day from an offense that showed the propensity to struggle on third downs. Third down, Villanova defense, I thought this was an outstanding display of athleticism within the front seven by the Wildcats. You look at Tano Passingo, the defensive end, did a great job applying pressure on the quarterback. You also look at linebackers Jeff Steeb and also Ed Shockley making stops at or behind the line of scrimmage. This was a great job from a run defense standpoint. They didn't allow St. Francis to achieve balance, which is why they were able to get off the field consistently on third down. And finally, on fourth down, St. Francis's defense, I thought within the front seven, they didn't have a lot of success. They could not penetrate that offensive line of Villanova, which caused them to be on the field longer than often. They had some individual bright spots. I thought Lorenzo Jerome, who didn't play early on the first 4 series in this game, but came in and played well in space. Jalen Wells, a cornerback, had a nice interception return for a touchdown. But as far as stopping the run is concerned, that's both stopping the quarterback run and also the tailbacks. That's where the Red Flash struggled in this game, which is why they ended up losing this contest. Offensive player of the game for Villanova, I thought it had to go to tight end Ryan Bell, who burst onto the scene this game. 5 receptions, over 111 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns with a long of 59. At 6'3", 230, he definitely showed himself to be a very good target in the passing game and also outstanding run after the catch skills. Defensive player of the game, you have to give it to Tano Passingo, the defensive end, 6'7", 295, showed tremendous pass rushing skills coming off the edge with 2 sacks and a quarterback hurry. I thought he played a well of a game, which is why he's one of the top defensive prospects coming out of the FCS. Players of the game for St. Francis, I'm going to give it to 2 defensive players. I thought, number 1, the punter, Andrew Zecca, had an outstanding day punting the football, averaged over 40 yards a punt with a long of 54, downing 3 inside the 20. He kept that offense of Villanova in backed up situations. And also cornerback Jalen Wells, again, had the pick 6, which really started to jumpstart this football team and got them sort of back into this ball game. Their offense couldn't come through and put more points up on the board. So I thought 2 defensive guys, punter Andrew Zecca and cornerback Jalen Wells, played great games for St. Francis. So that's it for another edition of 4 Downs with the Czar. I'm Emory Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook. For more of our 4 Down with the Czar segments, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/4 Downs with the Czar. And for more of our scouting notes that we have from both of these games, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/Hunt Scouting Notes.